Dubois went to school overseas in Berlin. That's Germany. It was there he got to meet people who had different ways of thinking on how to treat others in society, and W.E.B. Du Bois brought those ideas right back here to the United States of America. W.E.B. Du Bois went on to publish writings like The Philadelphia Negro, A Social Study, and The Souls of Black Folk. Now, one thing that put him on a national stage was his disagreement with book.
W.E.B. Du Bois was a journalist, and he published a lot of writings dealing with the treatment of African Americans. How do you think his published writings helped to get his word out? Be thinking about that. We'll talk about it in class.
Booker T. Washington, another African American leader there at that time, who had the Atlanta Compromise. With the Atlanta Compromise, it sacrificed African Americans being in leadership in order to get good jobs. But W.E.B. Du Bois wasn't hearing that. He stood for full equality for everybody, no matter their race, color, or creed. Now, another big accomplishment in his life was, of course, fighting for the rights of African Americans. He helped to co-found the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, which is now known today mainly as the NAACP. But check this out. Living his life in fighting for the rights of African Americans is what he did. He ended up dying at the age of 95 on August 27th in 1963. The crazy thing about this was he died one day before Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech in Washington on August 28th, 1963. When it came to the life of W.E.B. Du Bois, his voice will go down as one of the major contributors to the African American and civil rights movement in the early 20th century. And I hope you enjoyed those fun facts with W.E.B. Du Bois for Kings.
There were many contributors to the civil rights movement, and now you've learned about another one in W.E.B. Du Bois. Come to class thinking about how he compares and contrasts to other civil rights activists that you may have already known about.